Mr. Venkatesh Kumar is the chairman and managing director of the QuickSort group of companies, based in Tamil Nadu. He started his career in 1991 as a network engineer. Starting out from this humble beginning, today Mr. Venkatesh has an extensive experience in the fields of managing legal BPOs, executing government tenders, and providing e-publishing services. His many technical and philanthropic interests have led Mr. Venkatesh to pursue a career studded with numerous illustrious and ambitious milestones. Mr. Venkatesh also possesses an insightful expertise in managing political activities, and was an active member of the DMK during the late 1990s. In 2015, observing that the selfless dedication of Honorable PM Modi was steadily lifting India to heights only dreamed of earlier, Mr. Venkatesh joined the BJP as a steadfastly loyal member. Till this day, he remains an active supporter of BJP's passionate resolve to transform India from a developing country to a developed country, by motivating people to contribute selflessly to the nation in the spirit of Deshbhakti. In pursuance of his altruistic inclinations, Mr. Venkatesh functions as the managing trustee of Nesam Friends Charitable Trust, an organization committed to ensuring education for children hailing from the downtrodden sections of society, particularly vulnerable girl children. His passionate activities in various other fields have enabled him to brighten the lives of the many that have been fortunate enough to come into contact with him. In 1991, Mr. Venkatesh commenced his career as a network engineer in a private firm. Subsequently, he also worked as a sales and marketing executive. His achievements during this period include crafting innovative strategies to boost sales, significantly reducing the debtor collection period, and drafting and implementing purchase funnels and other end-to-end marketing solutions aimed at maximizing stakeholder value. In 1992, Mr. Venkatesh started QuickSort as a business in the field of legal BPOs. In 1995, QuickSort diversified into QuickSort Engineering, QuickSort Enterprises and QuickSort Computers. From 1995 to 2013, Mr. Venkatesh was the chairman of the Tamil Nadu Data Entry Association, where he has carried out multifaceted roles which significantly improved the economic prospects for data entry businesses across Tamil Nadu. Also, in 1995, Mr. Venkatesh successfully organized the issue of ID cards to all the DMK cadres. In 1997, Mr. Venkatesh involved himself actively in procuring and executing government tenders, including in particular Debt Recovery Tribunal, DRT, tenders. He also worked as an official government auctioneer during this time. In the year 2000, Mr. Venkatesh incorporated QuickSort India Private Limited, QSIPL, a corporate entity engaged in the business of data entry for India's prestigious publishing industry. In 2006, QSIPL commenced e-publishing for publishing companies situated within India. From 2008 onwards, QSIPL also began to accept international clients. Since 2000, Mr. Venkatesh has been actively involving himself in supplying relief to victims of natural disasters. During the 2004 tsunami crisis which ravaged Chennai and the adjoining coastal districts, Mr. Venkatesh used his personal finances to wipe the tears of the affected people by providing them with food, blankets, clothes, and medical assistance. During this crucial time, he also provided monetary assistance to purchase books for school-going children, and made arrangements for payment of school fees. Since that time, Mr. Venkatesh has been a reliable source of help whenever natural calamities have visited Tamil Nadu, including the 2008 Nisha cyclone and 2016 Varda cyclone. Today, QSIPL rightfully claims its place as one of the leading e-publishing services companies in the US, UK, Europe, Papua New Guinea and New Zealand, providing end-to-end content management and content transformation services, including high-quality digital typesetting, e-publishing, data conversion and related services for books and journals for leading publishers around the world. In 2009 to 2010, Mr. Venkatesh engaged in and successfully completed the challenging task of processing and providing employee state insurance, ESI, ID cards throughout India, along with Wipro. Wipro's services were used since the entity had office establishments throughout the country. In 2010, QSIPL was chosen as the best emerging organization in India and was awarded the Business Excellence Award, the BIZZ Award, for the year 2009 to 2010 by the World Confederation of Business, Texas, USA. In 2015, Mr. Venkatesh Kumar was bestowed with the Pride of India Award by Mr. D.K. Upadhyaya, Ambassador of Nepal to India. The ceremony for instituting the award was conducted by the Citizens Integration Peace Society. In 2015, Mr. Venkatesh, firmly convinced that the BJP was leading the country in the right direction, took the propitious step of joining the party. In 2016, Nesam Friends Charitable Trust was constituted with Mr. Venkatesh as the managing trustee. The primary aim of the trust is to ameliorate the vulnerable condition of girl children from the downtrodden sections of society, by empowering them with opportunities for higher education. Every year, the trust endows many deprived children with manifold educational opportunities, so that they can become active contributors to India's success story in the future. Through the years, Mr. Venkatesh has created many websites to bring awareness to the people and society about the greatness of Indian and Tamil culture. The websites include saveindians.co.in and tamilvalarpam.com. It is only owing to the absence of strong financial support that the websites are still in their nascent stage of development. During the early 2000s, Mr. Venkatesh approached Mr. Abdul Kalam, the then president, and Mr. Vajpayee, the then Prime Minister, with the idea of a system of cashless economy for India, known as Dream India Digital Currency. This scheme involves creating a digital record of every rupee earned and spent in India, by means of extensively encouraging the public to use digital currency. This record would be maintained securely with the government, thus making data concerning financial transactions available on a 24/7 basis. India should be transformed into a prosperous country by making evasion of tax a completely onerous task, thus facilitating equitable distribution of wealth and resources among all Indian citizens. The government is able to maintain in its database a record of the whereabouts of every rupee, so that funds cannot be used for crime and other undesirable activities, and poverty should be attenuated and eventually annihilated by means of introducing welfare schemes. The schemes would be funded from the enhanced revenue collection made possible under the digital money scheme. If fully realized, the above scheme would help to realize the cherished dream of Honorable PM Modi ji, that India should attain complete freedom from the iniquitous menace of black money. The complete details of the Dream India digital currency scheme developed by Mr. Venkatesh can be found on the website, http://saveindians.co.in. Over the years, Mr. Venkatesh has engaged himself in the pursuit of many an altruistic undertaking. Apart from rising to the occasion whenever a natural calamity has befallen the country, he has also liberally donated a significant portion of his wealth towards financing public schools, orphanages, old age homes, asylums for mentally challenged children, and hospitals catering to the underprivileged. His only motive in performing these selfless actions is to mitigate the suffering of fellow man. As a result of his numerous charitable works, he has acquired a sublime reputation of being a dependable source of help in times of dire crisis. Please read on to know more about the social welfare activities undertaken by Mr. Venkatesh. In March 2016, Mr. Venkatesh hosted a meeting of representatives of IT companies based in Owadhi. The purpose of the meeting was to decide upon an active plan of action to ensure the social and economic upliftment of the tribal communities living in and around the region. The meeting had a positive outcome since all the representatives pledged on behalf of their representative organizations to take up the social cause put forth by Mr. Venkatesh. The programs formulated for the benefit of the tribal communities include providing educational and employment opportunities, healthcare facilities, and housing facilities. In December 2015, massive floods inundated most of Chennai region. Thousands of people lost all their belongings and found themselves homeless overnight. Moreover, the affected people lacked basic amenities necessary for day-to-day survival. Similarly, in November 2018, Tamil Nadu was ravaged by the Gaja cyclone. The disaster caused extensive flooding throughout the state. On both these occasions, the QSIPL team under the dynamic leadership of Mr. Venkatesh provided immediate relief measures for the rescue of the affected people. Various items were distributed free of cost to the anguished people, including groceries, milk, blankets, clothes, mosquito nets, and mats. These measures were carried out at several locations in and around Chennai, including disadvantaged slum regions such as Medikappam, Maduravoyal. Even today, people living in these localities remember the bounteous contributions of Mr. Venkatesh with joy and gratitude. To observe India's 69th Republic Day in a way that is beneficial to people needing a helping hand in life, on January 26, 2018, Mr. Venkatesh organized a medical relief camp for economically and socially enervated sections of society. The camp was organized in Vasantalakshmi Vidyalaya, located in Mambalapattu village, Villupuram. Mr. Venkatesh particularly chose this school to conduct the camp, since a large number of children have been reported to suffer from malnutrition in this locality. To benefit these children, Mr. Venkatesh arranged for distribution of medical and nutritional items. The materials were procured from Nesam Friends Charitable Trust, the institution established by Mr. Venkatesh, together with his 1987 batch SBOA classmates, to provide aid to underprivileged sections of society. Malnourished girl children, pregnant women, and senior citizens from the surrounding areas were invited to participate, and provided free medical care. Teachers were trained on the first aid measures needed to be applied in the case the children met with accidents while playing. Mr. Venkatesh's medical team also provided the teachers with instructions on how to identify symptoms of flu, chickenpox, and other common illnesses in children. Over 100 people attended the camp and were benefited. The people in the locality, together with the management of the school, showed their gratitude to Mr. Venkatesh by felicitating him with a shawl. Mr. Venkatesh envisions to conduct more such camps in the near future. Each year, Mr. Venkatesh arranges for free spoken English training to be provided to academically meritorious students in and around Tiruvannamalai. The objective behind the effort is that students enrolled in Tamil medium schools should not miss out on a bright future on account of lack of proficiency in English. The students who have undergone the classes are able to confidently converse in English, thus allowing them to enroll in professional courses in the English medium. Thus, they are provided with an opportunity to gain an edge in the world of corporate employment.